Good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I know I'm kind of slow to getting the content out, but shoot, life has its way of doing all type of stuff. At the end of the day, I do be busy, so I am making sure that, like I said, that I would get this content out. I will do these readings, at least try to make sure that I'm doing them weekly, so at least I can get them out. I've had questions of people asking me if I was going to do zodiacs. I'm not sure about that one just yet. We'll get to it when I get to it. We'll see what happens. Let me just try to make sure I build oh Lord, I can't get my words together. My momentum back up, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so I did come back with doing the water scrying again. We're gonna try it again this time. I might make this a consistent thing, just because sometimes now, like when I touch my cards, it doesn't feel the same. I kind of get a little lethargic, which could be a sign for me that I don't even need my cards anymore. I shouldn't be using my cards as much as I used to. So I'm going to be exercising my third eye, using my clairvoyance and my clairaudience, just to see, what's going on. Of course, I will follow up with the cards, just to confirm what I see when I'm scrying in the water. Okay? All right. So let's go. While I'm sitting here, let me just take a few deep breaths. Hope you do the same. Okay. All right. So the first one I'm getting, okay, that just brought me to this thing, okay, where, of course, I don't know if you guys know, but of course, overseas, and I think parts of Florida did feel the earthquake, feel the shift in the earth. And time to time that happens. Of course, I live in California, so it happens to us, not as often. I think maybe last year we had a lot, but this year has kind of been a little bit calm, which is a good thing, and so which means that it is shifting over there. And so what I'm seeing is like there are a lot of shifts that are going on. And it's not uncommon for these shifts to happen because they are meant to happen. But also, too, we're not just talking about a shift that is energetic. We're not just talking about a shift that is internal, but it's internal with Earth, with nature's law as well. So with this shift that is going on, it is showing like Spirit is saying like there's some things that need to be rearranged. There's some things that need to be looked at differently. There are things that need to be redone. And so while I'm seeing this and hearing this, and that's the thing that I'm seeing. So it's like pay attention to what needs to be changed in your life, what needs to be reshaped, revamped mentally, emotionally, physically. All of those things need to be, looked at from a different perspective, but also be revamped in another way. So that it's life is about growth. And so we need to make sure that we're growing in the spaces that we need to. So that's the first thing that I saw. It's the first thing that I heard as well. It's like because of all of these changes, I said that are happening, it's something that needs to happen. There's something that needs to be revamped with a lot of things that are happening in this world. Okay. So let's see. The other thing that I saw too was about children. I'm gonna interpret this the best way that I can. So I don't know if this particularly, dang, my nose ring that came out, has anything to do with children's health, a pregnancy, or either having difficulty, wrangling a child to do certain things because they might be throwing temper tantrums, having fits, asking for too much, i.e., whatever. But at the end of the day, what I did see was that there is also a new leaf that is going to be turned. So whether this is with education, maybe your child may have had a difficult time learning. Maybe your child is going into the phase of, where they are toddlers and you're trying to teach them. Maybe the attention span isn't there, but they will get regulated. You will be able to teach them the way that you need to. Because I definitely saw something with like the ABCs and stuff like that or whatever. So which means to me that this could be about education. Now maybe you yourself might be particularly wanting to go back to school and learn something new, or either take up some type of certification, or maybe you're learning something on the job training, but that is also popping up too, which I know I'm getting ready to go back to school. I'm just having a little time trying to find the school that I need to go to so I can retake my doctorate test and redo my year here so I can be certified here, and properly licensed here in California, because they don't accept a lot of out-of-state license. And so I have to do things over again, which I'm not opposed to, because a refresher course is always needed. So at the end of the day, I'm okay with that. And so again, if this is you just wanting or needing to go back to school because of financial reasons, maybe you need to make more money, maybe it's for content, maybe it's for you working for yourself, oh, excuse me, and you needing to, make changes to your business, and you wanting to go take it a different route, that's good. Maybe it's about you learning more deeper into, expanding your business as far as like content creating. I think which we all can stand to use a little bit of marketing and things like that, with everything so vastly changing, especially with AI. Okay. So let's see, what else do I see in here? I'm just gonna try to move right now just a little bit. I do get something that is going to happen in the world. I don't know why I'm seeing riots. Oh, that's so funny though. I had a dream about that one time too. So funny thing that is popping back up. That's what I'm seeing. But it could be boycotts and things like that are more than usual than we had. Maybe how like we had in 2020, but it's going to be a little bit more aggressive. So with that being said, is definitely, be careful out here. Be careful with certain things. If you are spiritual and you are going to boycott or do sit-ins, sit-downs, whatever it is, and make sure that you bring your protection. Make sure, you protect other people who might be in the space. I used to do it too. And so I'm definitely heavily a rebel and all for, supporting my people, whatever it takes to make changes that need to be made. Let's do it. But also make sure that we're doing it properly, we're doing it safely. And so if you are a practitioner, a spiritual practitioner, make sure that you bring your protections and things like that you need to be able to protect the space for those people and also for yourself, so everybody can make it home safe. Okay. Let's look a little piece of it. Shoot, some of y'all might need some cleansers. It's a little debris in here. I don't even know why that was in here, but that could be a sign. Okay. Let's see what else I see. This nose ring is about to irritate me because it keep want to pop out. And I think it's because of my glasses pushing it out. There's a lot of anxiety and fear as well. So I would definitely say maybe around this time, people need to start grounding themselves. I don't know if it's because planetary-wise or whatever, but it's like more paranoia. And what I'm seeing too is that, you know, maybe people might need to stand a chance to ground themselves, or either it could be, you know what I'm saying, mental health. And mental health is important. So whatever it may be that might be causing this anxiety, this fear, this paranoia, I would definitely say go take care of yourself. If it is not mental health, then it could be something spiritual, and it's probably, you might need to do a head wash. You might need to do a spiritual bath. You might need to ground a little bit more, meditate. And of course, there are different modalities when it comes down to meditation. I hate I keep saying this too, because some people think that meditation is just one direction. No, it's not. You can do walking meditation. You can do color theory, which is drawing, painting, you know, using color pencils and just using it on a piece of paper and just sketching. It could just be nothing, absolutely just abstract. That is also a form of meditation. Going to the gym is also a form of meditation. Swimming is also a form of meditation. Yoga is another form of meditation. Doing Tai Chi is a form of meditation. Qigong is a form of meditation. There are different forms of meditation. So don't get stuck on one. If you do traditional lotus position meditation, that could work for you. I always tell my people too, as a meditation coach, you can lie down and do meditation. If you fall asleep, it just means you need more training. There's some deeper healing that needs to happen there, and that's okay. It's one day at a time, okay? So I just felt like I needed to say that as well. Anyways, so with the fear, with the anxiety, with the paranoia, definitely want to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do properly to take care of that. I am getting something to, if you have older people who might be in rehabilitation centers or either nursing homes, I would also make sure that you check up on them, make sure everything's okay. It could be something going on where either they're not getting enough attention. It could be having to do with something as far as like having bed sores or something like that. But check up on your people, make sure that they are okay. I don't know why I was taken to the facility, like a facility. And then it made me think about my dad, of how those things were. And I got my dad out immediately because I'm like, y'all not about to kill him. So I would definitely say, you know, make sure that you check up on them. Make sure that everything is everything, that they are actively taking care of your people. Okay? All right. Let's see. I don't like getting into the political thing, but I am seeing something coming up with the president too. It looks like things are kind of going to get crazy, a little bit nasty. That's all I'm going to say for right now, because I don't want to, you know, like really go into it with that. I always try to take things with a grain of salt when it comes to it, but I do see something coming up with that. If it comes up in the cards, then I'll say it, but if not, then I won't. Or maybe we'll just do a separate video and we'll focus on world readings in another time. Maybe I can do it later on this week, and that could be something that I'll look into. So let's see. General messages for the people. Okay, we're gonna get one more card. Let's see. Okay, so it does seem or appear that a few things have popped up, and some of this is definitely old energy. So some of you could be coming out of having to be in spiritual battles or feeling like, you know what I'm saying, having a battle, a curse, a hex, whatever that it could have been brought on by a friend or a frenemy. Could be male energy, could be female energy, who might be dwelling in that masculine energy, but it also could be brought on by a person who definitely was heavily in their emotions. So something triggered their emotions. So this to me is a sign of this is somebody who emotionally is unstable, who emotionally couldn't handle certain things about, you know, how things were going, and they couldn't communicate. And sometimes that's how it happens, you know what I'm saying? If people go off of emotions and they don't know how to properly communicate or effectively communicate with someone, that can come about. Could be a family member too, a male family member, because that does show up here. That has done this or whatever, which is crazy, because I don't know why would you want to do that to your family. Because if you do that to your family, you're cursing yourself. That's crazy. But it looks like some of you, if it was brought on by a male family member who was trying to do something, spirit blocked it as well. Excuse me. Also, seeing too, like some of you could have a male spirit, and this has been in the cards for a minute. A male spirit, this could be an ancestor, this could be a Loa Orisha, could be a spirit guide, that's masculine. But I see more so a family member, because the bloodline card is here, which means that y'all share the same blood. And it is showing that he could be blocking some things from happening to you, blocking some of this stuff that could have been coming in, blocking some bull, you know, that could be have tried to come in. But I also see him trying to help too. So if you yourself are emotionally unstable, he's coming to make you stronger. Maybe you've been in your feminine energy a little bit too long, and you do need that masculine side. You do need that logic and those things to help you to be able to ground yourself and be in complete balance of both your masculine and your feminine. And so with that being said, I also see too, like, once you get yourself grounded, once you get yourself to the place where you're not in your emotions overly, that's when money starts to come in. Some of you could also be inheriting money from your bloodline. Maybe it's someone that passed away, and my condolences if this has happened. But maybe you could be getting some money from someone who passed away. So maybe you might be in their will. Or it could be a friend who passed away who also left you something in their will. So again, my condolences to you in regards to that if you did lose someone in that way or in that essence. I hope you lift them up, you elevate them to be able to do. Also, watch out for emotional spending too, because some of you get in a place where you get emotional and you start to spend. That's how you start to lose your money. You might want to start paying attention to that and actually be putting the money up. Let's see, am I missing anything? Some of you women could be experiencing some blockages. And this doesn't necessarily mean, it could be in life, period, but it also could be something that's going on fertility-wise. And Spirit is saying, get that checked out, get that looked at. Because if I look at all three of these together, this is talking about the sacral. And so some of you could be having some issues there. I would definitely say get checked out if you want to take the natural route. I'm not just going to single myself out and say just me as a naturopathic specialist, but there are other people who do, you know, specialize in the yoni areas. So definitely get with someone if you are having issues with that, who can help if you want to go the alternative route. There are different ways. It could be energetic, so you might need Reiki. And you can definitely go and get Reiki from someone that can also help move some of that opposition out of the way. Maybe it's just that, you know, you might need to talk to someone, therapist wise or whatever, to help you to balance out your emotions, because it could cause you some issues there. So I'm definitely seeing that as well. If you guys have a friend who is a male energy, I'm seeing it could possibly go into being something more than what you thought it would be. That you thought maybe it would just be more, it would just be friends, but looks like it might end up moving beyond a friendship and going into a relationship. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Love. Oh, I just said that. See? Spirit be knowing, boy. All right. So that's all I got. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of the week. Peace.